All right, wonderful people. Welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back update and information as it is hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drops, you will be the first. We will collect them. All right, let's go down to the news proper as it is hot. For the obodo, I go they bring down to you one by one, one by one. As it be, court warns Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer against unprofessionalism. The Federal High Court in Abuja on Wednesday warned Aloy Ejimako, a member of the legal team of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, against unprofessional conduct. The court cautioned that such behavior could lead to his disbarment. The trial judge, Justice James Omotosho, specifically admonished Ejimako to refrain from spreading misinformation on social media. The warning followed a protest letter dated May 14th and written by the protection-led council chief Adegboyega Awomolo. The letter, which was brought to the court's attention by the defense-led counsel Kanu Agbasi Sam, raised concern about certain publication made by the defense team. Awomolo confirmed writing the letter expressing objection to the recording and live streaming of Kanu's trial proceeding. He described the publication of the trial being put on social media as embarrassing and urged the court to order that all individuals entering the courtroom be required to deposit their phones outside. He further specifically accused Ejimako of making misleading posts about the trial on social media. My juniors informed me that the court proceedings were being streamed online, Awomolo said, criticizing the conduct as unprofessional. He added that Ejimako takes to the social media platform to make controversial posts about the trial. In his response, Agabi stated that the defense team had apologized to the prosecution for the publication. He also apologized to the court. Responding to the issue, Justice Omotosho reiterated his commitment to ensuring an expedited hearing in the letter, noting that this was in the interest of both parties, particularly Kanu, who has been detained for an extended period. He recalled a similar case in 2024 where he presided over the trial of 50 suspected IPOB members, ultimately discharged and acquitting them after granting an accelerated hearing despite tactics employed by both sides to delay proceedings. He noted that some lawyers tend to employ such tactics to delay a matter because they don't want it to come to an end due to their personal interests. The judge advised all counsel to avoid distraction and focus on the case, stating, "This is part of the noise in the market. It will not distract us from what we want to buy." Justice Omotosho warned Ejimako about his conduct, emphasizing that such behavior could lead to disbarment. He also cautioned against dissemination of false news about the trial on social media, noting that some individuals were exploiting the case for online traffic. Afterwards, the court resumed the cross-examination of the second prosecution witness, a Department of State Service operative, codenamed Mr. BBB, led by Paul Erokoro San on behalf of the defense team. During cross-examination, Erokoro asked BBB whether Radio Biafra was still broadcasting. The witness responded that he did not know, adding that he does not listen to Radio Biafra. When Erokoro asked him where he obtained the information he presented to the court, BBB explained that the data was provided by the department responsible for monitoring such broadcasts. He asserted that the information was reliable and cannot be faulted. Erokoro inquired whether the Department of State Service could be influenced by politicians or ministers. In response, the witness stated that the DSS operates under the Office of the National Security Advisor. He also said the Attorney General of the Federation does not direct the agency's operations. On the DSS method of intelligence gathering, the witness revealed that the agency utilizes various sources, including human intelligence and social media. He also highlighted that DSS operatives, due to their extensive training, are equipped to gather information effectively when necessary. When asked if DSS training enables operatives to infiltrate terrorist organizations or recruit members to operate intelligence, BBB declined to disclose specific methods, stating, "I cannot divulge the method through which the DSS gather intelligence." Erokoro also asked BBB whether Nnamdi Kanu had informed the DSS that he was kidnapped in Kenya. The witness confirmed that Kanu had made such claim, but clarified that verifying its accuracy was not part of his duties. He further asserted that the DSS does not have the authority to conduct arrests outside Nigeria's border when asked if DSS officers were involved in Kanu's alleged abduction in Kenya. BB responded, "I don't know, but I am sure it is not our officers because we are an internal agency and we don't operate outside the shores of Nigeria." Under the continued cross-examination, the prosecution's witness testified that he had heard Nnamdi Kanu claim that soldiers attacked his home, resulting in the death of 28 people. BBB, however, reiterated that Kanu, through his Radio Biafra broadcast, incited violence, including during the NSAS protest. He added that Kanu expressed his determination to achieve Biafra by all means, including war. The witness alleged that Kanu's inciting comments led to the burning of a police station in Ebonyi State, a Lagos State High Court, and a cargo shed at Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos. BBB also detained some of the casualties alleged linked to Kanu's broadcast, including an army couple who were killed and beheaded in Olo by individuals believed to be members of the Eastern Security Network, the armed wing of the IPOB. He also mentioned the murder of retired Judge Stephen Nnamdi. Meanwhile, Erokoro tendered certificate through copies of judgment from three fundamental rights enforcement lawsuits filed by Kanu. These include a judgment from the Abia State High Court dated January 19, 2022, a judgment from the Federal High Court Umuahia Division delivered on October 26, 2022, and a judgment from the High Court of Enugu State delivered on October 26, 2023. The court admitted the documents as evidence, and the court judgment delivered by the Abia State High Court, Justice Benson Anya ordered the Nigerian government to pay Kanu 1 billion in damages for the Nigerian army unlawful invasion of his residence in 2017. Justice Anya held that the military invasion of Kanu's home in September 2017 was illegal, unlawful, and unconstitutional, violating his fundamental rights to life, dignity, liberty, and fair hearing, as guaranteed under the 1999 Nigeria Constitution and African Charter on Human and People's Rights. Afterwards, Erokoro sought an adjournment, informing the court that the defense intended to tender a video clip as evidence but needed more time to prepare it for presentation. Justice Omotoso granted the request and adjourned the case till Thursday, May 2022, for the continuation of the cross-examination of witness BBB. All right, just decided to bring you the current ongoing as regards Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court out in recent times. There has been a lot of issues going on. Of course, you can see that Nigerian government does not really have a case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Looking at what their witness codename BBB is presenting, you agree with me that the federal government does not have a case against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I think it's high time the Nigerian government, do what is right and let the man go, because from all indication, you can see that these people does not really have a judgment. Does not really have a case uh, uh, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Before I conclude, the Nigerian army has cried out that the Southeast youth are abandoning the army by Tia Ahmad. Let's go down to that information before I will wind down the curtain. Why Southeast youth abandoning the army? Why is Southeast youth abandoning the army by Taha Ahmad as the Nigerian army closed its 89 regular recruit intake on May 17, 2025? One troubling fact stood out: the low turnout of young people from southern Nigeria, while thousands from the north came forward, ready to serve their country. The South, including states like Lagos, Rivers, Delta, Enugu, and Abia, showed far fewer applicants. This is more than a recruitment issue, it reveals deeper problem of trust, fear, and identity among Southern youth when it comes to the military. In northern states like Kaduna and Borno, thousands applied despite ongoing conflict and risk, but in the south, the numbers dropped sharply. Lagos recorded a 25% decrease, Rivers State 30% decrease, Delta State 38% decrease. Enugu and Abia saw similar low figures compared to their quotas. This is not just a coincidence, it reflects long-standing concerns and feelings. Many southern youths avoid the army because they fear being posted to dangerous conflict zones, especially in the northeast. They hear stories about soldiers lacking proper equipment, poor support, and delayed pay. For them, the army seems risky and unwelcoming, not a place to build a future. The historical wound from the Nigeria Civil War was also linger, especially among the Igbo Southeast. For many families, the military is still linked to past operations. The mistrust has been passed down through generations, making joining the army feel like betraying their people. Even those willing to serve often feel sidelined once inside. Stories of slower promotion and fewer leadership chances for certain officers are common. When it seems the military favors some regions over others, many Southern youths choose different paths for their careers. Separatist ideas gaining ground in parts of Southeast and Southwest also influence this attitude. Some youths see federal institutions like the military as outsiders and joining as siding with a system that does not fully accept them. This growing distance from the army weakens the nation. A strong military needs to represent all parts of Nigeria. When Southern youth stay away, the army loses important diversity and strength. It also loses a chance to offer young people valuable skills, training, and career opportunity beyond combat roles. The Nigerian army must do more than improve its image. It must engage with communities, address fear honestly, and prove that promotion and posting are fair to all. Not every soldier has to fight on the front lines, and there are many roles in medicine, engineering, cybersecurity, and civil support where talent can be used. Most importantly, certain youth need to see leaders from their region in visible position of authority. When they see officers who share their background and language, it builds trust and hope that the military truly includes everyone. Patriotism cannot be forced, but it can be inspired. The military must listen to why Southeastern youth are staying away and work hard to earn their trust. At the same time, Southern youth should consider what national service means for their future and for Nigeria's unity. The silence from the South is loud, and in a country this fragile, silence is more than just absent, it's a risk we cannot afford. All right, welcome back. This is coming from the Nigerian Army as regards why the youth from the southeast, and southwest have refused to join the army. There has been a lot of complications recently, a lot of stories. For example, what is happening in recent time, where the BH boys, the Bokos, are invading army camp. Cutting away military weapons worth millions, and you can see that the army does not have the protection. If the army cannot protect his barracks, how can he protect recruits that are joining the army? And a lot of things that are going on, a lot of issues, underpayment and the rest of them, and those who joined the army in the past time who are injured, they have not been well taken care of. Their families, their widows, and the rest of them. And we've seen all these things. Somebody cannot be encouraged to join the army. You can see what is happening in the US, that once our people travel to the US, most of them join the army to make a living because in the army they are being paid well. I think that the army should be earning well. I think their salary should equate that of professors, at least from 500,000 up, maybe from 500,000, 400,000, 300,000 up, because Giving somebody, most of them are feeding on 1,000 naira per day. Let's say some of them are feeding on 3,000 per day. That's their feeding money. Somebody that is on the front line, somebody that is, defending the nation. You are giving him 1,000 in the morning and 1,000 in the night, and you expect somebody to come there and make a future. I think Nigerians should look into that matter, and also look into what is currently going on. All right, this is what we have been winding down the curtain. And if this is your first time of joining us, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you for listening. God bless.